Wrestlemania 40 could see the return of the Great One, the People's Champion, The Rock. But could Wrestlemania 41 see the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin? Give me a hell yeah. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's not saying no. He's not ruling it out. He is open to the possibility of one more match. We know back in 2011, Christian Cage was always crying out for one more match for the world title. Well, this is a match that I think we all want to see. Stone Cold Steve Austin going out with a main event match at WrestleMania with a proper build, a proper opponent, and a match that could bring the house down. Yeah, he had the Kevin Owens match. Yeah, I thought it was a good match. It was a good send-off for Austin. But if he's willing to do another match, if he's willing to work a program, if he's willing to do something more meaningful, then I'd absolutely take that. Because as good as I thought he was in the whole Kevin Owens match, all it basically was Austin agreeing to show up and do the Kevin Owens show. Then it went into a brawl, and I mean, it was pretty good. I'll take it. We had Stone Cold Steve Austin, but think if he actually worked a program. Think if Austin actually worked a feud that lasted 2 to 3 to 4 months or whatever. I just think they could do so much more with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And we thought we were going to get it back in 2013 when Austin and Punk, the stars were aligning. You'd CM Punk, who was the biggest thing in wrestling at the time outside of John Cena. And then obviously you had Stone Cold, who used to be the biggest thing in wrestling outside of nobody. So it looked like it was CM Punk, the new man, the new anti-authority figure, taking on the old anti-authority figure. Obviously, we had Austin going up against McMahon. Then in the whole summer of Punk, we seem to have CM Punk going up against Vince, Triple H, John Laurinaitis. So it pretty much looked like we were getting Austin versus Punk. They were in the game. The game was basically focused around Austin versus Punk. We thought we were going to get it. For whatever reason, we didn't. I think at that point, we believed that if Austin was coming back for one more match, it would have been to take on CM Punk. That didn't happen, and then I pretty much gave up all hope of seeing a Stone Cold return. But like I said, WrestleMania 38 happened in Texas, and Austin, Kevin Owens had the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. But Austin was speaking to ESPN, and he is not ruling out another match, which is good news for us. So I'm going to read here the quotes for Austin, and then we'll decide whether or not we want it. I guess we'll talk about it. But that's what Austin had to say regarding possibly doing another match during an interview with ESPN. Austin says, quote, "I said I'd never get in the ring again unless all the stars aligned, and for some reason, somehow they all did. And at the age of 57, I headlined the first night of WrestleMania 38. I never thought I'd do that. If you'd have told me that when I retired in 2003, I'd have said, you're crazy. So I'm not going to sit here and say no to anything, because you never say never in this crazy business of sports entertainment. I love the sports entertainment business more than anything I've done in my life, and you get a dose of it and you want more. So here I am talking to you a couple of years later about doing it again, and that's how addicting it is to me just to talk about it, and I get excited and I'll start talking too fast, but it's not going to happen. But it could happen." End of quote. So Austin excited. Austin basically saying that he wants to do it again. He's getting excited about the thought of doing it again. Says it won't happen, but it could happen. So Austin there breaking out Dave Meltzer style, saying it won't, but it will, but it won't, but it could, but it won't, but it might. So Austin there covering all the angles. And then he was asked about CM Punk, and he went on to say about a match between the two. Quote, "It would be a good one. I like Punk, and I think Punk likes me. So as long as he can take a Stone Cold Stunner, I consider him a great friend, a great guy, and a great wrestler who's had a great career. We'll see." End of quote. So there you go. Could Austin and CM Punk finally get their match? Is it well past its date? Absolutely. CM Punk was probably in his prime when he was, having his run as the world champion, the whole summer of Punk thing. Austin, by that stage, was quite a while away from his prime. He was at least, I'd say, 15 years, possibly, past his prime. Now we're looking at it. Punk's a good decade past his prime. Austin at this point is probably, 20, 25 years past his prime. So it's not like we're getting this match at the peak of its, height. I mean, obviously that would never happen because it's two generations. You cannot get peak Punk versus peak Stone Cold. But you could at least, in 2013, it would have been closer to the peakness of both men. Since then, Austin's just got older, Punk's just got older, and I know that's how life works, okay? When the years pass by, you get older, okay? You're not going to be as good as you were 10 years ago, but I'd still take this match. No one's really wanting to see a 30-minute technical wrestling match. We want to see the promos. We want to see the pipe bombs. We want to see the middle fingers. We want to see the beers. We want to see the ass whoopings for Stone Cold Steve Austin. We want the glass to shatter. We want everything. We want it all. That is what we want. We don't care about drop kicks or super kicks or flips over the top rope. We don't give a shit about any of that. Just give us Austin, give us Punk, and give us a great WrestleMania main event. I'd love to see it. CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's probably one of the biggest main events that wrestling can still do. Obviously, Rock versus Romans is a huge main event, but when you think of everybody that can still go, and when you think of matches where you can take someone from a past generation and someone from this current generation, I would say that Austin Punk's probably the best you've got. It is the best you've got. So yeah, give us it. Why not? I want Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk, and we'll find out who truly is the best in the world. Is it CM Punk? Is it the Rattlesnake? I'm hoping WrestleMania 41 will have the answers. Let me know what you guys think down below. Austin, like I said, he had a great match against Kevin Owens. If he doesn't return, and I'll tell you what, I was really surprised what Austin done in that. I thought it was going to be Austin basically throwing punches and not leaving his feet. The guy took a suplex on the concrete. For God's sake, the guy took a suplex on the bloody concrete. So Austin still committed at the age of 57, still putting his body on the line. I want to see it. Punk versus... And at this point, I mean, Austin might actually be in better shape. And I don't mean I don't mean in terms of a physical, a muscle-wise or, in terms of conditioning. I just mean in terms of his actual body and how it's more like the wear and tear on his body and how his body's holding up. At this point, I mean, if they did have a match, CM Punk's probably the one more likely to break down and just get injured. So, yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Punk Austin, I want to see it. Oh, hell yeah.